Now come to question number 40. Two star dipoles of moment 8p and 64p are placed in opposite direction at a separation d. The electric field will be zero at a point between them at a distance x from dipole of moment 8p, the value of x. Now two dipoles given like this. These two are in opposite direction, means their dipole moments are in opposite direction. Let us say first dipole center is this. This dipole moment we consider is P1. This acts like this. Clear? This is given as 8p. Another dipole placed. These two are they mentioned in opposite. What does it mean? This dipole moment acts like this. Like this. Let us say P2. This is 64p. Separation we always take from their centers. So center to center separation they mention as D. And the electric field will be zero at a point between them at an x distance from 8p. From somewhere here, electric field is 0. This distance they mentioned as x. And they are asking x value. Electric field 0 means this dipole moment electric field act in this direction, let us say E1. And this dipole moment field act like this P in this direction. These two in opposite direction, acting opposite. Somewhere their magnitudes will be equal. The resultant will be 0. They mention this point from 8p is x and remaining distance we can consider as d minus x. So the point is given an axial line, then two electric fields are equal, then equate E1 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught p by 2p by x cube. Here, sorry, in the previous now 2p by x cube is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. Here it is 2p1, here it is 2p2 by, what is the distance from center of dipole to this point? D minus x whole cube. Then these two will be cancelled, 2 cancel. They are asking x value, then how do we write? D minus x by x whole cube is equal to, this comes to this side, so P2 by P1 D minus x by x is equal to under cube root of P2 by P1. Substitute their value, cube root of 64 by 8. 8 once, 8x, cube root of 8 is 2. Then d minus x is equal to 2x. Then d is equal to 3x. X is equal to d by 3. And important, in the previous problem, I have taken here p by p cos theta by x square I have taken. So you make it correct, that is not x square, it is x cube. Previous problem, please note this point. Clear? Come to 41 question. 41 is the 12 dipoles of charges of magnitude q are placed inside a cube. Total electric flux coming out of the cube will be 12 dipoles are there, means 12 positive charges, 12 negative charges are there. Then what is the flux from according to Gauss law? Flux is equal to q net by epsilon naught. What will be the net charge? Net charge in the cube is 0. 12 positive charges, 12 negative charges. Then 0. Charge 0, then answer will be 0. Now 42. 42, the electric flux E is equal to x square plus 2x I cap exists in a region as shown in a diagram. The net charge enclosed enclosed within a cylinder is. Now I am drawing the figure, or take the figure. One cylinder is given, y-axis, and this is x-axis. Radius of this cylinder is given. R is equal to 0.2 meter, and here x is equal to 0, x is equal to 4. Now, electric field acting x vector squares I cap. So, electric field dimension direction I cap is nothing but along x axis like this. Clear? Now, we need to find this area first. So, area is pi r square, pi into what is r value? 0.2. 0.2 square, then this is 0.04 pi. Area vector act perpendicular to the plane, means like this. Clear? So this is also act along x direction. Now what they are asking, net charge enclosed within the cylinder. Now first we need to find the flux entering at this surface. We will take it as a phi 1. Flux leaving from the second place, we will take it as a phi 2. Then we will follow the Gauss law. Now first find out phi 1. Phi 1 is equal to A1. What is the flux formula? Delta E, general formula, phi is equal to EA cos theta. So first phi 1. Clear? E value at this. What is the E value? According to question, E is equal to what is that? X square plus 2x I cap. So then this we can write it dot product formula E dot A. Then E is given as x square plus 2x I cap dot. What is the area vector? 0.04 pi I cap. But what is the x value at the starting? X is equal to 0, then this value will be 0. But flux is entering here. Now flux is leaving. Phi 2 is equal to, how do we write? E into A, E dot A. Clear? What is that here? X square plus 2x I cap dot 0.04 pi I cap. What is here x value? Is 4. Then this is 16 plus 8 I cap dot 0.04 pi I cap. Then this is 24. In dot product I dot I we will have a 1 into 0.04 pi. This is if multiply, what do we get? We will get it is 0.96 pi. This is phi 2. According to Gauss law, what is that? Phi net is equal to Q net by epsilon naught. Phi net is what? Outgoing flux minus incoming flux is equal to Q net by epsilon naught. Then phi 2 minus phi 1, 0.96 pi minus 0 is equal to Q net by epsilon naught. Q net is equal to 0.96 pi epsilon naught. The option is 4. 43. A long wire having a linear charge density lambda is placed at a normal distance 3r from a point O. Consider an arbitrary sphere of radius phi r with O as the center. The electric flux through sphere is. Draw the figure. This is a sphere. One wire placed like this, long wire. This is having positive charge. Charge is distributed throughout the wire, and this is center O. This distance is given as 3r and the radius is given as 5r. And they are asking the electric flux through the sphere. Electric flux through the sphere means, according to Gauss law, flux is equal to q net by epsilon naught. Total charge enclosed by the sphere. So this charge enclosed by the sphere. Linear charge density lambda is equal to what? Q by L. Q is equal to lambda into L. So we need to find the length of the wire which is enclosed by the sphere. Clear? So this is perpendicular line 3r. If you draw a line, this is also radius. Radius is remains same. Everywhere if you draw from surface to center, that will be same. This is 3r, this is 5r. Obviously this distance will be 4r. And we have half of the distance, and the remaining half also will be 4r. The total length will be L is equal to 8r. Then Q is equal to lambda into 8r. This Q value substitute here. Then this will be 8 lambda r by epsilon naught. Now the option is 4. Now come to 44. A particle of charge minus q and mass m moves in a circle of radius r around an infinitely long wave having linear charge density lambda. The frequency of revolution will be. Now this is a long wave having a charge. Then charge density, linear charge density lambda. Around this, one charge particle is revolving with a radius r. This charge is given as minus q. So here also electrostatic force provide charges in a circular motion. Then in a circular motion experience centrifugal force that will be provided by electrostatic force. Then suppose let us say this moving with velocity v, mass m. Clear? Then force, electrostatic force is here. This charge particle develop the field like this, electric field. So the charge particle is revolving in electric field. Then the force will be EQ. This EQ provides centripetal force, that is m v square by r. Clear? Now electric field due to thing where already we have done 1 by the options with the 2 or 4 pi. Options with the 2. So then this is 2 pi epsilon naught lambda by r. Electric field due to where already we have done applications of Gauss law into q. M v square by r. This r will be cancelled. They are asking frequency. Then how do we relate these two with frequency? Then we have a relation between linear velocity and angular velocity, that is v is equal to r omega. Then omega is what? 2 pi mu. So we got frequency. Now this we can write lambda q by 2 pi epsilon naught is equal to m r square omega square. Make it omega square subject to what do you get? Lambda cube by 2 pi epsilon naught r square. Then omega is equal to under root of lambda cube by 2 pi epsilon naught r square. Omega how do we write? 2 pi mu r square comes out 1 by r under root of lambda cube by 2 pi epsilon naught. Make it a frequency subject to 1 by 2 pi under root of lambda cube by 2 pi epsilon naught. Then option 3 is correct. Option 3 is Correct. Now come to 45. A charge is uniformly distributed throughout the volume of an infinitely large cylinder of wire. Electric field at a distance r from the cylinder, r is less than capital R. Now, a cylindrical wire like this, they given here. This is the axis of the cylinder, and the radius is r. They are asking electric field at a point, at a distance smaller, that is less than capital R, means R less than capital R means we need to select point like this. Clear? At this point they are asking electric field. So it is charge is distributed throughout the volume. Then how do you write? Volume charge density rho is equal to charge per volume. Q is equal to rho into volume of the cylinder is what? Pi r square into L. Clear? Now follow the Gauss law. Draw one cylindrical surface, Gaussian surface, then the electric field. What is that? Gauss law, E dot ds is equal to Q by epsilon naught. This we do the summation. Then ds is the surface area of the Gaussian surface. Then E is equal to surface area of the Gaussian surface is what? This is cylindrical surface. Gaussian cylindrical surface, this is 2 pi RL, because I take it as the length L is equal to charge enclosed rho pi r square L by epsilon naught. Pi cancel, 1 r cancel, 1 L cancel. 2 E is equal to what we have r rho by epsilon naught. E is equal to r rho by 2 epsilon naught. So option 2 is correct. Now come to 46. 46. A small charged particle of mass m and charge q is suspended by an insulated thread in front of a very large sheet of charge density sigma. The angle made by the thread with the vertical in equilibrium is. This is also important model question. Now we have a sheet, charge sheet like this. Clear? So surface charge density is sigma. Electric field due to thin sheet already we have done sigma by 2. E is equal to sigma by 2 epsilon naught. Here what did they do? One charge sphere is suspended. Then this electric field acts like this. Instead of vertical, it will become due to repulsive force. They mentioned a charge on this Q. So positive charge is repelled. Then it will come like this. Clear? So this is E, Q, electrostatic force. Mg acts like this. Tension acts like this. If this is angle theta, if you draw a x-axis and y-axis here, this angle also will be theta. Then this is T cos theta and this is T sin theta. This is equilibrium, means vertical forces balanced by each other, horizontal forces balanced by each other. Then P sin theta is balanced by EQ, but E is what? Sigma by 2 epsilon naught. Then sigma Q by 2 epsilon naught. Then P cos theta balanced by mg. Options given with the tan, then how do we get? If you consider this equation 1 and this is equation 2, divide with this 1 by 2, then tan theta is equal to EQ by 2 epsilon naught mg. Then theta is equal to tan inverse of sigma 2 epsilon naught mg. Then option 4 is correct.